Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is AMMAR IZUDDIN bin ASRI, and my others two groupmates are MUHAMAD Nazif and MUHAMAD ZIKRY. We are from section 4, and today we're gonna to explain about Foundry, and we have chose the bolt as our casting process. For the first step of casting process is place the casting object in the foundry flask. Then the separation powder is applied to the bolt pattern to ease the process of removal the pattern. Next, sand is filled until it reaches the top of the pattern. Then use the rammer to make sure the sand is compact and full with no gap. This is to ensure the molten will only go through into the shape of the pattern.
So for the next step, the flask is turned upside down and sprue and riser is put on top of it. And then fill in the sand just like the previous step on top of the pattern until the sand is compact and full. Make sure the sprue and riser stay at its position, and don't forget to enlarge the hole to make the process easier. Next, remove the pattern and be careful because the sand might break. And then the molten aluminium is poured inside the sand, and this process should be done quickly to prevent the solidification of the molten aluminium. And the last step is wait for the molten aluminium to cool down and break the cast.
Okay, so my name is Nazif bin NIZAL. Okay, the last thing that we have learned is recommendation that will make our project will make perfect. Okay, firstly, it is distortion allowance. Vertical edges will be bent or distorted. This is avoided by a shape pattern that converges slightly inward, causing the casting to be side vertical after distortion. Prevention may also be accomplished by having sufficient machining allowance to cover distortion effect, as well as a suitable pattern allowance known as chamber or distortion allowance. Okay, secondly is ramming a mold. A few inches of sand should be carefully rammed and tightly packed over the pattern. Packets should be carefully rammed to avoid soft spots. Okay, the mold should be rammed one layer at a time. Except from that, ramming should be performed as close to the pattern's vertical surfaces as possible. Okay. Thirdly is pouring and getting design. To ensure proper distribution of molten metal without unnecessary temperature loss, turbulence, gas trapping or slacks, a good gating design is needed. Since the time it takes to fill the mold cavity will increase, molten metal should be poured slowly. Solidification will begin well before the mold is fully filled. Pouring should be done at a consistent pace. In addition, molten metal should not be poured too quickly because it can erode the mold cavity. As a result, gating design is critical as it determined by the metal pouring process and the composition of the molten metal.